First, shout out to you, Mr. Dennis Sperling. I appreciate you for all of the content that you've been doing over the years and
Thank
everything that you've been doing as far as this conversation. Really, just trying to have a logical, bring a logical perspective to it rather than the emotional.
you. Yeah.
I do have a few questions for you though, because when this case first popped off last year, I pretty much told everybody that maybe y'all should wait until all the facts come out before we start drawing conclusions on it. But of
Mhm.
course, people couldn't wait. But I've been in a few heated debates over this particular subject, and I just want to make sure that I got a correct understanding of how 9.31 and 9.32 works in Texas, if that's possible.
Okay.
So, from my understanding, you cannot issue deadly force in response to non-deadly force. Is that correct?
Well, I would say the 9.31, my reading of that gives you the right to self-defense.
Okay.
And 9.32, I get 9.32, whatever. It says that if you already had the right to use self-defense, the self-defense already arose, then you can use deadly force to match deadly force. That's basically how it should be. That's for the layman. That's just the basic understanding. I have the right to defend myself already under this
Mhm.
one statute and subsection. And now I have the right to use deadly force under this subsection if the situation arises. That's basically what that's saying.
Okay. So from what the position that was being countered to me was is that Texas is a stand your ground state and that you do not have a duty to retreat.
Yeah,
And
that's
from
exactly right. That's exactly right.
okay, so from my understanding, from when I was reading it, and this is why I came up to ask you this question because I wanted to make sure that I was arguing this correctly. From my
Mhm.
understanding from reading 931 and 932, you don't have a duty to retreat, but you have to have at least an exit. In other words, let's say me and you, if me and you get into an altercation and I go to issue lethal force towards you, you don't have a duty to retreat, but if you have an exit and you can take it, then you can try, but you can still throw back lethal force towards me. Am I arguing that
You
correctly
don't
or
you
no?
don't have it. This is like New York. I think it's like New York or some of those states. You don't even have a right to defend yourself. Something crazy
Mhm.
like that. I would never
Yeah.
want to live in any of those states. No, let me break it down to you like this. If somebody comes up and hits you in the mouth in the football stands, you don't have to run away and let them hit you again before you can hit them back. You don't have to try to exit.
Mhm.
You stand up and hit them clean in their mouth and try to knock their teeth to the back of their throat. Okay, that's
Gotcha.
what you have a right to do. That's what stand your ground means in layman's terms. And I know some people who can parse that out. Well, but we're speaking to the public, and this is the language that the public understands. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if somebody rolls up to you and pulls out a pistol, okay, or let's say they pull out a bat and you
Mhm.
pull out a gun, you don't have to try to back out of the situation before you pop them. You understand? Especially if
Gotcha.
they about to swing on you, it looks like it's imminent, it's immediate. They done cock back the Louisville Slugger, and they about to come clean across your chin with it. Okay,
Mhm.
you can pull out that iron and give them two, or however many you need to do. Okay, that's
Mhm.
what stand your ground means in a nutshell. I know it's an oversimplification, but I want to make it simple so people can understand. You don't have to retreat. You're not obligated to run away and let them chase you. And then now I
Mhm.
have no escape route, and now I finally use deadly force, or I finally put my dukes up and start fighting. That's what that's saying. Okay. I hope that
Mhm.
clarifies it. I try to,
Yeah.
there's a legal,
Yeah.
more legal I would give you if you were a client, but for the purpose of YouTube, these
Yeah.
YouTubian streets,
Yeah.
that would be understood. But go ahead.
No, so in the crux, and thanks for that explanation. In the crux of the argument, no one has seen the video, right? And there's this
Okay.
discrepancy.
What video is it that we haven't seen?
So there's a multitude of apparently of videos that everybody keep talking about. Apparently, there's a video where he's getting jumped. Apparently, there's a video where he's not getting jumped. Apparently, there's a video where he ran, and I'm just like, well, one, I don't think no one's going to be able to see that video because of the I think it's called FERPA or something like that. It's in Texas.
Okay.
It's like
So
federal educate.
why do we need a video to tell us what happened?
Well, my thing is, I don't think we need to know what
I'm just
happened.
asking, why do we need a
Yeah.
video? Go ahead.
I think people want the video because they want to like draw a conclusion for themselves, see it to actually
But
justify why
why
they feel that way.
what could supplant? What did we do before video?
By word of mouth.
Okay.
Mhm.
Eyewitnesses, is it fair to say eyewitnesses?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
How many eyewitnesses did the prosecutors have?
If I'm not mistaken, I think out of 21, I think it was like 16 or 17.
I think it was about 9 of them actually were eyewitnesses. And how many
Yeah.
eyewitnesses did the defense have?
So that would put them right around like 4 or 5.
Okay. And
Mhm.
there were other people around there who were right in that area. Because remember, you talking about a tent and it's a rainstorm. So you have people huddled under the tent.
Mhm.
It's not like Carmelo was there by himself with his friend and 4 dudes rolled up on him. They
Mhm.
might have already been under the tent. I don't know. Okay. But the
Well,
bottom line is you
yeah.
had 9 witnesses and there was no testimony that people jumped him.
Well, that was
You had teachers there too who were in the tent next to him.
yeah, and
You don't
coaches
think
as
the
well.
teacher would have testified that he was being jumped?
Well, I'm of the belief, and this is why I get a lot of pushback from people. I'm listening to the witness testimony, and I summarize it like this: according to that one witness who stated that they was in the dugout and that it had stopped raining, and they went to the field to start warming up. I don't see a reason for a team to go out in the field in the middle of a thunderstorm or rainstorm. So that would have to me that lets me know it stopped raining. Now that witness was then debunked by the prosecution because he made a statement saying that he saw it, what happened in the stands, and then when the prosecution played the video, he wasn't even looking. So, from my understanding, it went a little something like this.
Right,
Carmelo came.
down, brother. Let me slow. We keep saying
Sure.
this is a racial issue, but you know there were black people under the tent too, right?
Absolutely, I'm not the one.
The black people also lied on Carmelo Anthony because they're racist towards black people.
No.
I mean, I want you to picture this now. This is a track meet we talk about. We're not talking about badminton. We're not talking about what's this stuff? This is not a golf session. We're talking about track.
Right.
Who normally is out there running a 100-yard sprint?
Black people.
Okay, so there were black people on the track. There were black parents. There were black athletes. There were black coaches out there. Are we saying that all these black people who are also sprinkled in this mix, also huddled under the tent, they are all conspired against Carmelo Anthony? And let me finish. And they are all withholding the information that he was jumped by 4 people.
No, that's me and you agree on that point, right? It's just the opposite side of that point is people saying that these people, like of course, throughout the history of America, yes, people have been lying in their testimony. But my thing is this though: for what purpose? For what reason? I don't understand why people would say that. Oh, they're withholding evidence or they're lying in their testimony. That doesn't make any sense. They saw what they saw. They said what they said. Simple as that.
I don't think in the state of Texas, if you lie on the oath, or in an official capacity, you could go to prison for that.
Absolutely.
So I want, and this is not necessarily for you. This is for all the people in public. So if any of those witnesses lied under oath, they could be severely punished for that. In matter of fact, in some cities, if you lie on an affidavit and use it in an official form, that reaches the level of a felony.
Absolutely.
So I'm of the opinion that these people would not put their lives and their careers and their futures on the stand, okay, on the line to lie for Carmelo Anthony or for Austin Metcalf. I don't think people would do that. Not 9, 10, 14, 24 people. I don't think that'll happen. So when we go back to this video where he's allegedly being jumped, my question is, why do we need a video when you got 9 people who were eyewitnesses who saw the incident happen from the beginning to the end?
Correct. And that's the position that I'm coming from. And also, I didn't like any of the arguments that I've been. Anytime someone brings up race, I just back out of the argument because I don't believe that this case had anything to do with race. I think that people are injecting race into this.
Well, brother, I'm gonna push back on that race. The great Johnny Cochran, I read his book when I was in law school, man. He said race always plays a part in things. And that's just the truth. It's always a part, okay? So we have to understand that, and that's why we have the law, okay? Because if it was just about race, he wouldn't have made it to the jailhouse. They'd have found the nearest tree, and they'd have strung him from right there. You see, that's how they used to do it before we were protected, quote unquote, under the law. You understand? They would break into the jailhouse, a mob of them with shotguns, and they would go and they would find a tree at the courthouse and hang you up. It would be no justice.
But I
that's
wouldn't.
why-
I'm sorry.
That's
Go
why
ahead.
we have the law now, and we're happy that the law applies.